Welcome back to Vital Skin Essentials. I'm Lorena.
And I'm Emma.
And today we are going to be talking about Biologique Recherche creams, the different types of creams for moisturizing, soothing, nourishing, and lipid replenishing. So stay tuned.
So we're going to start off with moisturizing category. I'm going to be talking about some of the ingredients in emulsion original. And this one has a very light consistency. It's hydrating, but not for like a really dry skin type. I would say this is kind of like a normal, maybe combo skin type. It smells like fresh cut grass to me. It smells so good. And this is one of my favorite moisturizers, and I like the kind of silicone feel to it. But this has moisturizing sugars in it. It has mimosa tenuifloria, and it has colostrum in it. So colostrum is one of those really just healing, hydrating ingredients. It's become really popular lately because a lot of people are taking colostrum powder. I think it's a powder, which I haven't taken, but I'm curious too.
No, it's also it's the regenerating one, so it's just renewing, the skin, but in a lightweight version of other creams that they have.
Yeah, when I think of colostrum, I always think really heavy. I don't know why
But
they tend to be, but this one's not.
Yeah,
and it's easy because it doesn't have a lot of them come in a jar, and you have to use like a stick, and this is a pump. So I prefer a pump.
Yeah,
really. I mean, I like the
you don't
jar,
like to double dip.
but I don't like to double dip, and I always worry people are going to get dip their fingers in it. So I do like the pump.
Yeah, I like it
for that reason.
Next, we have our soothing or anti-redness moisturizers. And so we'll start off with the Emulsion Biosensible SR or sebum regulating. And this one's more for someone who has reactive skin, but also oily skin. So it has soothing properties. It has moisturizing properties with hyaluronic acid and rhizobium. It also has some marine exopolysaccharides from the sea, which will help dilate your pores. So someone who has large pores, that'll also be great and soothing for them. It also comes in a pump, so it's lightweight. It's not going to be thick, especially someone who has oily skin. You don't want to ever have anything too thick on that skin because it can cause them to break out or produce more oil, whatever the case may be. So that one's a good lightweight moisturizer for someone who is sensitive but also oily.
Yes. And then we also have the Gel Biosensible, not the SR version, just the regular version for someone who is not so oily or prone to acne, but who's not really dry, someone who just kind of has normal to combo skin. It's that same nice gel consistency. It can be used almost like a makeup primer, like a really nice light moisturizer, and it also comes in a pump. It has Himalayan mushroom extract. It also contains polysaccharides and pomegranate extract, which is a great antioxidant. And then it also has sanchi inchi oil, which is a really hydrating, soothing ingredient. It's a great moisturizer.
Good, yeah. I like those. They're pretty lightweight, especially for summertime as well, I think.
Oh, yeah. Perfect summertime moisturizer.
Absolutely. So next we have our Creme Verte Espoir. And so this one is going to be for someone who has broken capillaries. And so those are the little blood vessels that are on the surface of the skin. So it's basically a vascular issue. And so with the white tea extract, it'll help soothe and calm and most like disperse the blood cells. So it's not so visible on the skin. This is a daily moisturizer. It almost has like a tint of brownish hue, like a
I think it has some
like a yeast in it.
Yeah.
It has a little bit of yeast, so that's why the color's a little darker, but it's still almost lightweight, but also very soothing and hydrating on the skin. Very refreshing on the skin as well, I think.
Yeah. It's a good one. Yeah, I agree. It doesn't feel too heavy,
and it doesn't have a scent. It
doesn't really have a scent
like some of the other creams. But I like it. It's a good one. I like it for daytime.
And lots of people deal with redness.
Me, I have some broken capillaries.
I'm trying to get some around my nose. So next we have Toleskin. So this is the perfect moisturizer for someone who their barrier function is not functioning properly due to maybe overexfoliation. Maybe they've been, skiing or something where their skin is just completely destroyed. And usually how you can tell is if you start to do a cleanse, their face just gets really red. Sometimes they'll have breakouts due to their barrier not functioning properly, and they'll probably complain about their skin being sensitive and acting crazy and having breakouts that they're not used to.
Even their cleanser is tingly.
Yes. If you start to cleanse, they're like, "Oh, is this an acid?" Then you're like, your barrier is not functioning properly. So this moisturizer actually helps to strengthen and restore the barrier. It helps to repair the microbiota, or I guess restore the natural microbiota of the skin, which I think is pretty cool. It has cacao plum extract, and it has Synacium extract, which I'm not quite sure
how to pronounce
that, but that's my best attempt. And it has Japanese lily of the valley extract, and this is just one of my favorite moisturizers because you can actually see, like, when nothing else works, you put it on and their skin actually will start to calm down.
Yeah. This is something that I use also for, like, after I wax my brows and my brows are like super red.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how I have to turn off the wax. Because my skin around my brows are so sensitive, my lip is so sensitive, and also my legs are sensitive. But ideally, like, I put a little bit of that cream on, and it just soothes my skin and it helps repair it, and I'm not red afterwards, which is great. But you also had mentioned people who use retin-A and overexfoliation of the skin, so that's a great cream to kind of do like a treatment. Maybe like I'll give it like a week or so and see how your skin is doing. Or for someone who rubs P50 on the skin instead of patting it, that can be a great treatment cream afterwards. So I've had a couple of people actually who have come back and seen someone else, and they did not explain how to use P50, and they came back and their skin barrier is, I mean, the worst it can be, and it's like flaky, it's dull looking because it's flaky, and it's irritated, and so then you have to go in with your Toleskin booster, and then the mask, and then the cream. And so with the cream, it's just nothing else, like, and everything else is so tingly on them that the cream, that's the only cream that they can use. So they actually make it in an entire separate factory than the rest of the creams of Biologique Recherche. So that's how,
because it's the only sterile cream that they have. And the mask actually is sterile too, and that's why you have to mix it. It's not pre-mixed. You have to mix it yourself. But it's really kind of magical.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites for soothing and repairing of the skin barrier. It's a little pricey, but I think it's like $200 for a small. I mean, it looks
and the
small.
mask I think is like 65
or something
per mask.
Yeah, but it works so well. Like, that redness will calm down, especially when you're using acids on the skin and their skin just becomes so flushed during service, and you're just like, oh
yeah,
let's just back it up with some ice.
And I'm not really like anti-retin-A. I think that there is a place for it, but it's nice to have something that you can be like, okay, we'll go ahead and do it, and like try to get the things that the benefits from the retin-A, and this could be something to just like help your skin not have all of the negative effects.
Yeah, the symptoms of the retin-A. Yeah, I like it. But aside from that one, we have, I think that's going to be the soothing ones.
Yeah, I think those are the most soothing ones.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, hydrating ones can be soothing in a way because they're nourishing, but they're not usually intended for actually sensitive skin. So that covers the sensitive skin.
Yeah. So now we're going to move on to the revitalizing creams. And so we have the Creme VIPO2, and the Creme VIPO2 is basically, it's going to be a patent ingredient that Biologique Recherche has, but it's concentrated oxygen. When you actually open up the cream, it is bubbly. It's
I love all the little
snack, crackle, snack. What is it? Crackle, pop.
Snap, crackle, pop.
Yeah,
Rice Krispies.
But it's an amazing mattifying moisturizer. Great for like dullness in the skin. If you live in the city or if you work in the city, downtown, it's a great anti-pollution moisturizer as well. I like to mix that one with other moisturizers like the Creme Pigment 400 or actually that's the only one that I mix it with.
Yeah, I like mixing it with that one. Sometimes on men I won't, like some men just want like a very matte, and like there's hyaluronic acid in this. It is hydrating, but it doesn't, if you're wanting something that feels really hydrating, this is not it, because it does kind of have like a dry matte finish, and it kind of like, you can put it on, but it dries pretty quickly, and it's kind of like
yeah.
But some people, I mean, the people that hate that kind of thick cream feel, they love it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't and you just kind of want some of the benefits of the, pollution shield, then I would mix it with the Creme Pigment 400.
Well, I would say it's definitely not someone who has like dry skin. It would be like normal to combo skin you can do, because anybody that has oily skin will say they prefer no shine or like a matte finish. So that's a good one to use, and it's not thick on the skin, because they already have that natural oil in their skin anyway to keep them nourished and hydrated. So that one is a good for normal to oily skin. But again, I do like to mix it. I do like that pearly finish from the Creme Pigment 400. So you can't. I like it. And it adds a little bit more hydration, even though the Creme Pigment 400 is not as hydrating either. To me,
yeah, I think so too.
They complement
maybe
each
just
other.
because it has like a nicer glide to it, but they mix really well and they complement each other really nicely.
Yeah. But that's going to be one revitalizing, so it brings a little bit more light to the skin when you use it.
Yes. Okay, our next revitalizing cream is Grand Millesime. So this is, I haven't used it for a long time, but I think it's kind of a lighter cream. It's a white cream as well, just like the Vivo 2, but without the oxygenating bubbles. And this is, what would you say, like combo skin? I mean, this isn't going to be someone super dry, but probably
like a little dullness in the skin.
A little dullness, probably a little bit drier than someone that's going to use the Vivo 2 cream. It has alfalfa extract. It has a low molecular weight hyaluronic acid, so it can really go in, soak into the skin, and hydrate at a deeper level. It also has cucumber extract, which is very kind of depuffing, refreshing, and it has a stabilized form of vitamin C, so it really gives you a nice shield of protection before you go out into the world. So this could be used day and night, but I think of this as a really good daytime cream because it has the vitamin C. So you can put it on and not have to worry about all the oxidative stress and pollution affecting your skin quite so much. It gives you a good shield of protection.
And I think we should probably explain a little bit more what that dullness is, or I think as a trained eye, you can see it, but people don't really know if that's what's happening to them. But basically, you just look tired. You look like there's a light off in your skin almost. How would you describe it?
Yeah, I mean, dullness can be caused by different things. So a lot of times people will come in, they'll be like, oh, my skin just feels dull, or I look tired, and it could be
like
that
a grayish.
It could be, but it's not always.
Gray.
It could be that they're not exfoliating enough. It could be that they're retaining up too much like fluid.
Like there's no shine.
Lymphatic drainage. Yeah, like the skin is just not healthy, and it might not just be one thing.
Right.
But definitely like a really good antioxidant, and protecting the skin from oxidative stress can help. I guess the clearest example of this would be a smoker. So someone who smokes a lot and they're constantly getting just like the cigarette smoke is coming right back on their face, and they do look dull, or like you said, gray. That would be kind of an extreme version. And actually the Vipo 2 cream, if I smell cigarette smoke on someone, that's what I use on them. Like that's what they need more than anything. Even if you can't say like you need to use Vipo 2 because you're a smoker, you can just say because you live in the city, but that is what they need.
Good. So next we have our nourishing creams, and so the Creme Dermo RL falls into that category. It's this rich and thick, velvety, silky cream that kind of hugs the skin when you apply it. It has some shea butter in it, as well as some glycoproteins from Antarctic microorganisms. So very repairing on the skin, very like a shielding on the skin as well. So great for Colorado weather.
Yes. And we mentioned this one before when we were talking about serums, because the TWL can actually go on top of it.
Yes.
And really seal it in.
Right. If you guys remember the Trans Epidural Water Loss Serum, it's an oil base. They recommend mixing those two together. So you'll put the cream on, and then you'll put the Trans Epidural Water Loss Serum on top, because oil is a sealant. So it'll help give you extra shield or extra protection from this harsh cold winter, especially if you live in a really cold climate area.
Yeah.
Here in Texas, not really, but
but you could use it at night just because the heater soaks so much moisture out of the skin, just to kind of make sure that your moisturizer
it also has
works a little bit better.
I looked at the jar today. The last ingredient that it has, so it's a very small percentage, but it has salicylic acid in it.
Oh, I wonder if that's for penetration.
I assume. Nice, because it's so thick.
Yeah.
Because you think of like shea butter, and it's just like an emollient on top of the skin.
Yeah. So it needs some kind of a vehicle to actually penetrate.
Right.
It smells like honeysuckle too.
It smells so good. I don't know what honeysuckle smells like, but it's very refreshing. Like it's a fresh scent almost.
Yeah, that one and the MSRH are the two to me that smell
MSR is just vanilla,
the
right?
great,
Yeah,
the greatest.
I think it is vanilla extract.
Oh really?
Mhm.
It smells like maybe it's the vanilla extract and the yam together. It
Mm.
smells like kind of like candied
Candied
yams,
yams.
or like yams with marshmallows to me.
What marshmallows smell like?
Like a marshmallow. What's that dish that's like sweet potato
Sweet potato,
marshmallow?
yeah.
That's what it
Sweet
reminds
potato
me of.
casserole?
Yeah, I guess sweet
Yeah,
potato
is
casserole.
that considered? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, our next hydrating cream is cream Hydravits.
Mhm.
And this is just it's a little bit lighter than the Dermo RL, but it's also a white cream. It's very hydrating and it has a low molecular weight hyaluronic acid. So it's a small molecule. It can actually soak into the skin, again, to give you the deep hydration. And then it has a pea peptide extract. And I like this one. I mean, it's just, yeah.
It's a medium.
It's a medium.
Not too light, but not too thick.
Yeah.
Everyday
Day cream, and then Derma RL at night, even though Biologique doesn't have day and night creams. That's how I always think of it, and that's how I would personally use it. But it's just a really nice cream. And if you don't like that, the brown creams, if you don't like that yeasty smell, then this is one of the white creams.
Yeah, with no real scent to it.
Yeah, it doesn't really have a scent at all.
Yeah, so it's a good everyday moisturizer. Long lasting hydration as well. I think maybe a little bit over 8 hours, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think over 8 hours. So yeah, it lasts you all day. Unless you're doing like a 12-hour shift, you might need to reapply
it. Yes, that's a good idea. I probably should have my routine with me at all times when I'm working those double shifts. Thank you so much for joining us today. That was just a little bit of some of the Biologique creams, and so stay tuned for part 2 or part 3 of the creams.
We have many more to talk about.
So many more. So stay tuned. We really want you guys to understand what these creams are for, what skin type, so that you're able to choose on your own or have your esthetician choose for you. And
yes, and we're new to this. If anyone watching this, if you have a suggestion or a topic that you want us to dive into or go over a little bit more thoroughly, we're definitely open to suggestions. We definitely read the comments, so just let us know and we would be happy to cover whatever topic you're interested in.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you.